All right, guys, don't forget to check us out online, therevolutiontv.com. There you're going to find full episodes, links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to us. You're not alone. therevolutiontv.com.
Recently, I read a headline saying that our society's #1 killer is anger. Brian Sumner knows a little bit about that. The pro skater had the world on a platter, touring the U.S., had the home, the girl, and now a baby, and so young. The more intense his celebrity life got, the more angry he became. Insecurities, jealousy, rage, exhaustion, hating himself, and realizing his last point before he killed himself was to prove how wrong God was.
And then going back to Liverpool, getting a phone call from Tony Hawk's company saying, hey, do you want to come back to America? We're going to put a bunch of guys together in a house. We're going to pay your bills. We'll pay you every month. You know, when you're 15, 16, what do you want to do? You want to get sweaty here all day, and then tonight we're going to go eat Taco Bell, or maybe you'll get some steak even, and spend our night in the jacuzzi hanging out with our friends, and then skate the next day. That's all we're going to do. So because of the family I was part of, both my biological family and the maturity of the skaters I grew up around who loved on me and cared for me, my parents trusted me so much. I finished school at 15, went to art college for 6 months, only because it was next to all the spots in the city center, so I could go to school and skate all the rest of the night. Now I'm invited to Huntington Beach, moved over to live with, you know, guys like Andrew Reynolds and Jim Greco, and that was my life. And suddenly skating took off. There's Brian, you know, with a shaved head at the time, a strong accent. You're touring America. You're showing up to skate parks where there's 5,000 kids because the Tony Hawk video game is blowing up, because skating is everywhere, because what's this new sport now? Not that we want to call that, but that's how it was presented. And so now you're making a couple of $100, a couple of $1,000. Soon you're pro, and sometimes you're making $10, $20, $30,000 a month. So by the time you're 19, I remember you have years where you make $200,000, $300,000 because you skate. I haven't got to do anything different than I've only been doing since I was 13. I just skate all day, and I'm riding for these big companies with a pro shoe and a board, and there's video games and there's tech decks, and there's all this money. It's crazy. It's almost like, well, you're in America, but you're not a citizen. You ride for all these companies. You've got to get a visa. Half these guys that don't make it because they're drunk and they're getting in fights and they're crazy, and it's like, so where are you? And then that leads me to, of course, you know, the American dream. I'm making a bunch of money. I'm in all the magazines and videos. I'm an up-and-coming turning professional. The world is at my feet in a sense, because that's all I care about. I don't need this big house or to be in a movie or to do this. I just love skating, and thank you, here it is. I do love Liverpool, but skating was the first thing I could ever say. I'm gonna work hard at this, and here's the result of it. And now I'm in America, and I still to this day, I mean, I think about it, there was a generation of kids at the time I was skating when, hey, I dyed my hair black. Hey, I was in 4 or 5 video parts. Suddenly, those group of kids that started skating that related to me and that time period of music, they viewed me as their favorite skater, which when you think about it is crazy. Like, okay, I was that significant in your life then. They were the kids who were providing for the money I had and buying the shoes and doing all this stuff, so it was insane. So really, for me and my marriage, it all went back to skating. I grew up with Jeff Rowley. Jeff was a vegan. He moved over here. You know, best friends with Ed Templeton. He was a vegan. They ate Mother's restaurants every day. My wife Tracy is a girl from Huntington Beach, born and raised here. I mean, grew up working at a restaurant just down the street called Mother's that has a lot of vegan food. So Jeff would go there, meets his girlfriend there. Here comes Brian, goes there with Jeff. There's another cute girl that works there. I end up meeting Tracy, and so before long, you know, I'm 16 at the time. I've been skating one day to the other Van skate park, done a trick, bent my ankle, gone home. I was icing it, and I go, I need something to do. You know what? I'm just gonna call that girl. And so I called her. She'd moved back from New Jersey. I mean, we decided to hang out, and so there we are. It took us 1 or 2 dates. I mean, just hanging out. 4 months, every day together, staying at my apartment. That's all we're doing, just me and her all the time. I mean, it's like falling in love with skating, but now there's this woman, you know? Well, all I've known is, you know, I'm in Liverpool, I don't know what I'm doing. I like soccer, I like martial arts. I'd been 5 doors down from this humongous church that I spend time on the grounds to play sports and hang out and goof off with my friends. I don't know about God. Then I find skating, I'm all about skating. Then now I meet this girl, we're together all the time. I'd be here skating, she'd be watching. I'd go skate the other park in the night, she'd be going with me. I'd be traveling and she was going with me. We'd only been together for 4 months, but here's me saying there's money in the bank. I'm in love with this person. You know, look at how she looks, how she makes me feel, all the things she does for me. So the love's really about me. It isn't about, we understand, yeah, she isn't raised in the faith. Here we are trying to do what's right. Why wouldn't it be good? I mean, I'm committed to this woman. You know, she's committed to me. I mean, and now 4 months in, because her family's, you know, half Italian, half Mexican, I'm thinking, okay, are they going to go along with this? Hey, babe, why don't we, I'm going to go back to England, or maybe, you know, maybe what, we could get married? There we are, married, there's money in the bank, we have no clue about life other than giving it our all and doing it the world's way, and there we go. The American dream, right there. Now I'm married, I do love this person, she loves me. We've been together for 4 months, she's pregnant. Now, for 10 months, her body is becoming a mum. You're a mum the second you're pregnant. You're already having your hormones change. We don't talk about this enough in the world, but here's my wife, pregnant, feeling like I'm having a baby, you know, your shoes growing, hair's falling out, your belly's growing, things happening in your body. Whereas a dad, I don't feel like a dad yet. I still want all of your affection. I still want you to answer my every word. I still want you to be able to do this and that when I want to. She's already becoming a mom. I'm not a dad yet. I think to young parents, they don't understand this because here we are trying to transition. So there's me going, whoa, I better get used to not getting enough attention. I got to start being a dad and focus on her and the belly, if you like, and the baby. She has the baby comes out. As a woman, you're already thinking, I'm 2 sizes too big, my backside looks like this, my belly feels like this. We're in the world, so we don't know. She wants attention. I'm now used to going, I'm giving you and the baby attention. She wants to feel like a wife again. I'm not used to going, this is what it's like, and I watched this transition happen quick where we almost distanced, and not because of our son, but she's like the baby, I'm a mom, and then she's like, okay, I want to be the wife and the mom again. I'm trying to juggle my emotions. Our relationship's only by now, what, 1.5 years old. You used to treat me like this, I used to treat you like that. We're fighting. There's the regular issues of just being together anyway, and so now we begin to say things like, well, maybe this isn't the right situation. Maybe you're not the right person for me. Maybe someone else is better for you. You know, and that whole Hollywood happily ever after dream, it isn't making sense. Well, there's money, there's life, there's fame in a sense in the magazines that I care about or the videos I care about, and now I'm fighting with this person that I love. Now I'm punching holes in stuff, or I'm spitting and getting mad and swearing and saying words if someone said to my wife now, who knows what would happen to him, you know what I mean? It was that crazy. And before long, you're saying, you know what? Maybe we should get divorced. 1 year or 2 in, you're thinking, oh, here's this beautiful son. Here's this beautiful wife. Oh, and she loves me. And we're still physical, and we're close, and it's so much emotion, and you don't know what to do. You're all over the place saying, well, I want this, but now I don't want this. What are we? I'm loving and I'm hating. That's as crazy as my thoughts were. And I got to a place where I said, I'm done. I remember saying, just, you know, I cast like a sailor then, you know what I mean? I'm from Liverpool. I remember just looking up and saying, F this, I am done. I can't take anymore. I've bent and I've bent and I've bent. I've tried to be super dad. We're never content. And I just said, that's it. So there I am, we get divorced, sign the paperwork, go through with it, get it all done. I'm thinking this is like a red flag to her, like, hey, you're not listening to me. This is how it needs to be. And she's thinking, like, he's probably just saying this to get my attention and affection, and this is hopefully going to work itself out. Why is he doing this? And so we separate. I'm staying somewhere else for, you know, like a year with a bunch of different guys here in Huntington. She's living with her parents. We're seeing each other. We're not. We're close. We're not. We're trying to figure it out. We're fighting like crazy. I remember one day just saying, God, whoever you are, I looked up and just said, Allah, Buddha. I mean, you could have said anyone. I'm going to prove you're not real, and I don't want to live anymore. You got to picture the reality of my life to say, as a kid in Liverpool, yeah, it was rough and it was crazy, but I always had an intention to live out a purpose. I looked up to guys like Bruce Lee. It was his martial art. I was naturally, in my mind, a philosopher. I always questioned everything. I always wanted truth. Skating did something for me. Here's this beautiful woman. I'm not meaning beauty like the flesh. I just mean I was attracted to it. I loved her. Here's this son. Now it isn't working. Well, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like thinking about this. I'm done. I don't want to live. And that says something to me about life and all that it can offer. You always need more. You always need to have it a bit more perfect or as good as it can be. I was done. It was crazy. And I was divorced. I was depressed. I was probably 21, 22. And I grew up in England where it was, you know, you're angry and it's fight or flight.